person is added to the transplant list in the United States every 10 minutes, which makes organ donation a crucial aspect of our society. When you go to the DMV to either renew or get your driver's license, an important question they ask you, besides doing the written test, is if you'd like to become an organ donor. Since we don't get a lot of information at the DMV, and it's a very crucial decision for you to make, I'm going to inform you today more about organ donation, specifically the two types of organ donation, how to become both types of donor, and then the positive aspects of both types. Organ donation will always be a life-saving procedure for many people in the United States and in the world. But for my presentation today, I will just be discussing the statistics in the United States. Even though I have personally never given or received an organ, I've consulted numerous credible sources to give this presentation today. As I stated before in this presentation, I will be identifying the two types of donors, how to become each type, and then the positive aspects of both types of organ donation. So before I explain the differences between the two types, it's important to first identify the two types and tell how you can become them. So the first type of organ donation is living donation. As you can hear in the title, living donation is when you are still alive, you donate an organ. So according to the American Transplant Foundation, before you can donate your organ, you must first have a compatible blood type with the recipient so that their organ will not, or their body will not reject the organ. In addition to having the correct blood type, a person must also go through numerous tests as seen on the PowerPoint. These tests range from making sure you're healthy enough, that your organs are healthy enough, to making sure you're in the right state of mind to give away an organ. The other type of organ donation is deceased organ donation, which we are the most familiar with. That's the one that you sign up at the DMV for, and it gives you the red heart on your driver's license. And also, I didn't know this, but you can, if you would like to become an organ donor, you can also sign up on a website called organdonor.gov. So one of the questions on my survey was whether my classmates would like to become an organ donor or not. So 60% said yes, they are planning on becoming an organ donor, and 30% said maybe. And I thought that was really interesting just to gauge, because I don't know a lot of organ donors personally, so I wanted to see how my classmates felt about organ donation. So now that I've talked about each type of organ donation, I will start talking about the positive aspects of living donation. So a person can make a living donation even if they are not an organ donor. One does not tie to another. Even though it's not always considered, an organ donor can make a contribution while they are living. Since there are many people waiting for organs, around 112,000 people, living donations were started to combat the shortage of organ donations, according to DonateLife.net. Even though the donors must go through surgery, there has been little reported complications with the surgery or after you do not have your kidney or part of your liver, which was a concern for my classmates in my survey. While there are less organs to donate, a living donation is still crucial to the world. According to DonateLife.net, living donations include kidneys and part of your liver, since your liver can grow back. And a living donation, I did not know this, may also contribute a part of their lung, pancreas, or intestines, which was really interesting. And these are the three types of living donation. I think most people are familiar with direct donation and non-directed donation, but paired donation is very interesting. I would recommend looking that up and also looking at the definition on the PowerPoint. So now that I've talked about becoming the two different types of organ donor and then also about living donation, I will be talking about deceased donation now. An organ donor usually only signs up to make a donation when they pass away because you don't need the organs anymore. When people consider organ donation, they only think about the essential organs, the heart, pancreas, etc., without considering the other donations that could be made. A single donor is able to save 8 lives, according to organdonor.gov. In addition to donating their 8 essential organs, a donor is able to donate their bones, heart valves, and eyes after they pass away. There's a large shortage of organ donors in the United States. While there are 39,000 people waiting on the transplant list, there are only 19,000 people signed up to be organ donors. Last year, the total number of donors was 19,000 people, and 11,000 of them were deceased donors. So there's obviously a need for organ donors in the United States. So on my survey, I thought it would be interesting because I didn't know about all the organs that you could donate when you pass away. So 30% of them said yes, I know the heart and kidney can be donated, but 0% of the survey responses said didn't know that the intestines, bone, cornea, heart valves, and lungs could be donated as well. So even though you're saving 8 lives, you can also pass on your heart valves and your lungs to other people when you pass away. So in conclusion, both living and deceased donation can provide someone a life-saving organ. Organ donation is a vital program in the United States and in the world, and it's important to understand the process and the positive aspects if you decide to become an organ donor. I thought this was a good topic because it correlates to what's happening in the United States today with the pandemic of COVID-19. A lot of us are feeling useless and really not sure what we can do. Kind of have to stay home and stay 6 feet apart from people, right? Even though many people may not be able to become an organ donor due to religion or cultural values, I encourage you to think about it when you go to the DMV next to renew your license, or just if you're wanting to become an organ donor, because this is one thing that we can control after we pass away, to give life-saving organs to other people. So staying 6 feet apart will keep us alive during this pandemic, but you can also give lives by donating your organs when you pass away.